what percentage chance do you give, Dan, I'll start with you, to the possibility of Robert Griffin III having started his last game as a Redskin?
I mean, this is amazing. Amazing that we're having this conversation.
Isn't it?
I think there is a chance, but I would say like 4%, maybe,
4%?
something like that. I mean, I think that Cousins would have to be so lights out,
Mm-hmm.
and you would have to be so convinced that Griffin could never even come close to capturing that potential he had in his first year. I mean, I understand that these are conversations lots of fans are having and lots of national media members are having, but I mean, I was at Redskins. I was at the FedEx Field on Sunday. It's like literally 50% of the people in the parking lot are wearing Robert Griffin III shirts. I just don't think that parts of 2 seasons and 1 game and a third is enough based on everything they put into this kid and everything that he showed them the first year to totally give up on him. I just think that Cousins would have to be literally Tom Brady level, and RG3's body would have to show signs of never coming back for that to be the case. I think maybe 4% is too high. Maybe 2%.
2%. All right, give me yours, Keith.
You crushed me now because I put 25%.
Wow.
And look, I thought I was being conservative. I figured 75% chance that Griffin gets his job back like that.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it is more like 80 or 90, but I said 25 in the sense that it would have to take Cousins being not just, even if he himself is not the world's best quarterback, if he's very efficient in this offense and the team rallies around him and they win a bunch of games, whether it's 10, 11, or 12, or even if they won 9 but won 1 in the playoffs, then you go into the offseason and you have to think about it. I think Dan is totally right in that you built the franchise around Griffin. You have this talent that if you can harness it, if you can get Griffin anywhere close to where he was in 2012, you have one of the best quarterbacks in the league and one of the most electrifying players in the league. You don't want to give up on that, watch him go somewhere else, and then finally hit his peak. So I think it's very unlikely that it would happen, but certainly the door's open for Kirk Cousins now if they are exceptional with him.
Huge
in the league.
opportunity for Cousins. What percentage do you have, Brandon?
I give it like 5% chance.
Okay,
I mean,
so you're in between
let's
these.
get this out of the way. 100% if Griffin's healthy, if Cousins is healthy, RG3 is the better quarterback. Is it better in the system? I don't know. But I think, like Dan said, Cousins has to play pretty much out of his mind for there to be no chance that RG3 would come back and that he totally takes the job. And honestly, I think Cousins will do good. It might take a few games to get going because, one, the NFC East is weak this year, so they could make a playoff run. And it goes back to that scenario, do you want to mess with that? And then, 2, again, if Jay Gruden, if his success is tied so much to the quarterback, does he want to mess with that chemistry just for the sake of how much we've invested in RG3? Because Ty was at the game, too, and talking to fans, even though they're wearing the RG3 jerseys, they care most about the team doing well. So
they want to win first.
they'll switch jerseys real quick if the Redskins are making the
right.
playoffs.
Good
You're right,
point.
they would, but it's just 12 months. You can travel
Let
so
me
far.
ask you this. Let me add a minute to this, and I want to get a quick answer for you guys on this. Let's say that Cousins plays above average. RG3 is not healthy enough to return this year. Which player has the better trade value at the end of the season for the Redskins potentially?
Griffin, it's because the ceiling.
Because the potential, even though given the injuries of three major ones in 5 years, still Griffin.
But we've seen teams be tempted by that in the past, whether it's someone like Michael Vick or even much earlier in his career, Johnny Manziel, someone who doesn't have necessarily the body to withstand the pounding, but the talent is so mesmerizing that if you get it and you have that, either whether it's one season or whether you imagine an entire career.
Yeah, I got to agree. I kind of hiccuped for a second when you said that, but think about it.
It's crazy to even think that
3
we're
years
having
ago,
this
Griffin was
conversation.
the second overall pick in the draft.
Yep.
Cousins, every team had 3 shots to get him, and none of them did. And I mean, Cousins, maybe he plays great, and I don't think it's impossible that he does, but in the time that both of them have played so far, Griffin's clearly been the better quarterback. So it would be hard to imagine it's not Griffin.
You would agree,
Yeah,
Brandon.
I would
It's still
agree.
RG3.
Same reasons. Because when he's healthy, he's very good.
All right, so much just to speculate.
And obviously we're going to read a lot into half of a first quarter against Jacksonville, but Griffin looked great for however many minutes he played the other day.
That is true. And he completed even on the play that he got hurt.